Hello, I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. It's June 3rd, 2016, and here are a few of the healthcare headlines with my own peculiar twist. The American Cancer Association says that there are about 15.5 million survivors of cancer living in the United States today, and in a decade there will be 20 million survivors. That's divided between men and women, a number of cancers that you would expect, prostate, breast cancer, colorectal, and melanomas being the predominant cancers. The concern is that long term there's going to be needing support, for which Facebook provides a lot of support groups for cancer survivors as well as others. There's always the danger of recurrent cancers. Oddly enough, of all of the cancers that are being saved, and all of the people who are cancer survivors, none of them are survivors from alternative medical therapy. There are no long-term survivors for those who chose therapy of vegetables, acupuncture, fixing their chi, or chiropractic to cure cancer. None of them did. Alternate medicine says, well, we don't have the long-term issues of the secondary cancers coming from chemo or radiation therapy. And the answer is, of course you don't, because you have zero survivors long-term that have worsening cancer conditions or secondary because they don't live that long. The cancer wins. In other news, there was a strong association between women who had migraine headaches and stroke or heart disease. Perhaps it's the pliabilities of the arteries that do that. So next time you say, honey, I have a headache, just think it's probably not good for your long-term health. That was really bad, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. And finally, contrary to right-wing news reports, more insurance companies are signing up to renew on the marketplace of Obamacare. Those 21 million Americans are still going to have coverage. Only Humana is the one that's pulling out of most of them. And that because they just can't make the 20% profit they would like. Still, I would still like universal health care like Western Europe has, because they do it better and cheaper than we do. The other day I talked about cell phones on the radio and brain cancer, so I actually read the study instead of just sort of rolling my eyes at it. And here was the thing. Cell phone brain cancers in rats, which are prone to cancers, happen only in male rats, not to female rats. It happened only when they were with CDMA technology, which is bad news for Verizon and Sprint. But here's the odd thing. The male rats who were exposed to lots and lots of cell phone tower signals lived longer than those who didn't. So why wasn't the headline, the more you use your telephone, the longer you're going to live? I will say this. There is one thing that's dangerous about telephones. That's my Iron Man guy. And that is texting. The number of accidents related to texting or being distracted as a driver seriously has increased and is a problem. So don't worry about brain cancer. The incidence of brain cancer has not increased since cell phones have arrived. The incidence of brain cancer has not increased in spite of the huge rise of minutes on cell phones. But what has increased is distracted driving. So I'm not worried about rat brains, and I'm not worried about the irradiation of cell phones, and we'll talk about that some other time. I'm worried about the person who is sitting on their Ford pickup driving like this and not paying attention to what's happening on the road in front of them. I'm sure you've seen those drivers. I have too. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day. And remember, if you think alternative medicine works, it's called medicine. And if it doesn't work, it's called alternative medicine.